People tend to look at geniuses like shooting stars, that it's just this kind of rare occasion a genius sort of visits the earth. But what people don't realize, it's a rare combination that occurs that produces or triggers the genius gene. Inside every person, I know some may struggle with this, is the genius gene. The DNA of a genius is in every human being. God puts it there. And we see this often in our History Makers trainings, where people come in who have so created a comfort zone out of their lives that they have almost no idea what they're capable of. And they look at others with envy and think, well, I could never amount to that, I could never do that. No, it's that you're never put in a situation, an environment that will bring that out of you, that will trigger that genius gene. If you study geniuses, they all tend to have something in common, a few things actually. One is the work ethic. If you look at anybody that's doing anything significant in this life, they are what we would call almost workaholics. They love to work. It comes naturally to them, or they learn the discipline. It was instilled in them. So you have the combination of work ethic along with identifying the thing that they love to do, the thing that they are gifted to do, the thing they're passionate about doing. And when you bring the two together, and some may say, hey, I love to work, I know what I'm passionate about, but I'm not a genius yet. Well, I'm talking about a level of work ethic and passion that borders on obsession. I know obsession is a negative word for the Christian. I don't mean idolatry or placing something above the Lord and the Lord's work and our mission. Famous artists, famous people who are just so good at something, when you watch them or you hear them sing, you think you're encountering God in somebody. These kind of people are never overnight successes or sensations. These are people who just stuck with it and had a work ethic that goes beyond the mediocre population. And that combined with what they love to do, you'll hit that beyond the 10,000 hour mark you might have heard of, where they become an expert. And if they persist in this, and you would be surprised if you study the lives of some famous people, who you thought was so shallow, who you thought just, look, they got a record deal and now they're successful. These are people that while you are watching Netflix, they are recording. These are people that while you are going out to McDonald's or the movies with your friends, they are busy rehearsing. They're at the dance studio. They're in the Olympic pool training. This is the caliber I'm talking about that triggers that genius gene within us that God has given us. And so we would see that in History Makers, where they would come in and their efficiency coefficient, meaning their percentage of efficiency in their day-to-day life prior to the training, was something like 40% efficiency. They're not high performers per se, because their environment is of such comfort. We resist that discomfort. But when they come through the training, where there's a forced schedule, it's an intense schedule, you have to work hard, you have to fit in your devotional life, you have to fit it, you do all this in 3 days, their efficiency coefficient shoots up to 90%. And they figure out, maybe I don't need that extra hour of sleep. Or, maybe I don't need to have 10 conversations with everybody as I'm going about my day. I can have 2 good conversations and the rest of the time pour into that thing I'm meant to do. They come through the training, and our grading system, we actually watch their performance. I use the term performance. Let's say fruitfulness. We watch their level of fruitfulness. We can grade it. It's measurable. We can calculate it. And they are even shocked. They're in tears. I didn't know I could do this. And I read a book in one day. I could have been reading all this time. And they just haven't learned how to leverage environment. So geniuses are people who have learned how to create an environment that brings the best out of them.